Hello, friends. Welcome to our seventh edition of the Healthy Life with Ben and Mary. Episode 7. This is 7 weeks. Wow. I didn't think I could get along with you that long. 7 weeks. I thought you
I'm
would have
surprised myself.
I thought you would have fired me today, before Mary. Um, as always, before all our episodes, and we hope you're enjoying them because we're really enjoying bringing them to your home from our home. Um, Not our studios; these are our homes. But please remember to, if we discuss any type of, you know, weight loss or wellness or activity, before you go climb Mount Everest, please go contact your doctor or your physician, because we are your biggest cheerleaders, but it's always good to get checked out annually.
Mhm.
And our topic today is maintenance, and that could tie into it too, is seeing your physician on an annual basis or more. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our co-host, Mary, and she has a great topic, and we're excited about this one this week. And again, please, when you watch our episodes, to keep us on the air, click the like button and the share button with all your friends, because they want to be healthy too. So
That's right.
go ahead, Mary.
That's
It's
right. It's
you.
all about the healthy life. Thank you guys again for tuning in. We really honestly could not do it without you guys. We'd be canceled by now. So we're so appreciative. I also want to hit something about checking with your practitioner, whatever it may be. We are definitely hitting some of these hard topics. Today's not a hard topic, so you can just take a deep breath and just kind of relax a little bit. But I do hear and we do see some of our members feeling a little bit burned, let's say, over some of our topics because they're peeling back the layers of that onion skin. Maybe those areas where they've built up a bit of some scar tissue and it's starting to heal. And so if it turns into your mental health and you're really kind of digging deep and you need to see a mental health professional, do that also. There's nothing wrong with therapy or speaking to a friend or something like that. So I just wanted to put that out there too. Okay, maintenance. What does that mean? I don't know, Ben.
Maintenance to me means keeping going, keeping steady, making sure I don't break.
Mm. Ooh, that was really good. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. I really love that. Yeah, I know. You got a gold star for today. Maintenance. Yeah, absolutely. Like you maintain your car. Your car's working for you, but you want to still do a maintenance check to make sure it's going to continue working for you. When we're talking about our weight loss, maintenance does not mean that you're done. Does not mean that you hit a unfortunately, you don't hit that magic number that you think you're supposed to hit on the scale, and everything magically is fixed. Then the world is sunshine and unicorns and butterflies, or if you're a boy, full of Lamborghini and cool cars. That's not how that magic number on the scale works. Just because you hit that magic number that you feel in your head, it just doesn't fix everything. And I feel that a lot of members feel like it will. I think we all hold on to that place where we want to be. Have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there, and I'll dig a little bit deeper. My former weight loss company, I had to hit that magic number in order to work for them. And that magic number, which was goal and maintenance, didn't serve me. I didn't look well. I didn't feel well. I had family members say to me, "You don't look good. You're like, what's wrong with you?" And I'm like, well, I have to hit this maintenance number or this goal number to work for this company. And it wasn't healthy. It didn't serve me.
Mm-hmm.
So my idea of maintenance is on, you say layers of an onion. My idea of maintenance, there's a lot of different layers of maintenance in that onion. Maintenance with weight, maintenance with career, maintenance with um, friends, family members. Think about this. Like, how many people have you heard in life? They are at a job, they maintain their quote unquote relationship with the job, but they fear leaving or breaking that maintenance with the job because they're afraid that they may lose it all. Same thing with a friendship. Let's say you have a friend or a relative, you like them, but they're not that good for your mental health. You have to do maintenance to
Maintenance check.
see if that relationship serves you. So maintenance goes way beyond, way beyond weight loss when we talk about that. So is it good to maintain certain situations within our life? And we have to figure out what serves us and what relationships we should be maintaining, which is a part of the word maintenance.
I love that. I love that point. And I think that the first step of maintenance is finding out if you have a check engine light on, right? So I have kind of older cars, so there's often that check engine light comes on, and my husband has to put in the code reader, right, to tell us where we should be looking, right? Is it the spark plug? Is it the fuel injector? Is it the starter, catalytic converter? I know some things about cars, not much, but the same thing with our lives and with maintenance, right? And I love the point that you brought up. There are a lot of layers to that, and knowing where that check engine light is coming on your journey. For me personally, my check engine lights that can be coming on for saying like, hey, you need some maintenance, because these are the places that I frequently, those are the first places that I need to check in with my maintenance, because these are the places that are going to falter. For me, it's overeating sweets, because those are my indulgent treats that I just love. And it's very, very easy for me just to kind of grab them out of habit. Number one, eating sweets for me. Number two, binging when I am emotionally stressed, binge eating, which I've been doing really great with, guys. But for me, I believe that if you're a binge eater, you're always a binge eater. You're just in recovery. So I can very quickly fall into some bad habits of not only overeating, but moving over into a binge eating situation. But my biggest one, which actually falls into the other things, self-care. Self-care. I put way too much on my plate besides food. I mean, in life, I put way too much things on my plate, and I have a huge problem with saying no, unless it's to Ben. I just tell him no to everything all the time. But I say yes to everybody because it's just easier. It causes me less emotional stress to say yes to everybody. But like Ben always reminds me, if I'm saying yes to everybody, I'm saying no to myself a lot, and I'm putting myself on the back burner. So I have to frequently check in for that maintenance, for the self-care, to see, am I putting myself on the back burner? Am I getting enough sleep? Am I giving myself enough nutrition? I have to eat sometimes special foods due to my chronic illnesses. Am I just opening? I know it sounds terrible, but sometimes I'll just make dinner for the family. I won't really worry about what I'm eating, and then I'm eating a cheese sandwich or, like, I don't know, canned beans, because I'm just too tired then to make something for myself. But it's because I'm literally putting myself on the back burner. So I have to do that maintenance check for self-care. Where do you feel like your maintenance maybe can fall short, or you have to do your checks frequently?
I'll tell you a funny story. Back in the 90s, before Mary was born, I had this 1984 white Cadillac Eldorado, and it was beautiful. It had red interior, um, but you spoke about the check engine light. It had a check engine light. It said check engine, and then I kind of ignored it when we're young. We ignore those signs. We're invincible, Now, I'm going for blood work and stuff and trying to take care of myself, but we're invincible when we're young. And then this other light came up in red like a month later, and it said check engine now. Like, I don't think cars do that. Where do I fall short of maintaining is I spread myself too thin. I do too much. And if I feel like maintenance can also relate to time management, and maintaining your life requires time management. It requires a schedule. If you just go at it haphazard, like Mary said, oh, I'll do this for you, I'll do that, and then the poor girl's got to eat a can of beans. Because, hey, remember, hit that like button. We need a raise. But and share. But
Please.
the truth is, sometimes we sacrifice ourselves for maintenance, especially when it comes to weight loss. We sacrifice things that we shouldn't be sacrificing. I heard a wonderful person said to me a couple years ago, I'm not going to make holiday cookies with my grandson. I'm ending the tradition because I'm afraid I'm going to eat the cookies. Well, that's not maintenance.
Mhm.
That's abuse.
Yeah.
Maintenance is, listen, I'm gonna live my life. I know where I got to be. I'm not gonna throw away my hard work, but I'm gonna give myself some wiggle room, and I'm gonna give myself some time to live my life instead of living your life. Now, of course, we have kids. If we chose to have children, that's something that we accepted, and we know that comes along. But there's all other ways that people want you to do other things. And it's okay, like Mary said, to say no. Because when you say no, you say yes to you. Because you don't want to burn out. I've talked a million times about that oxygen mask when you get on that plane. It says to put the mask on you first before you can take care of someone else. So maintaining a healthy life is as important as helping others or maintaining other situations. We can't always be juggling, right, Mary?
No, and it's so hard. I mean, especially like if you're already juggling and you're already spreading yourself thin, how do you kind of like reel yourself? How do you get back to the basics of where you're kind of okay, where you're, again, in a good kind of running condition? So I love that you were saying about sacrificing, because you're sacrificing things that maybe shouldn't be sacrificed. How do you realize that? And that is setting priorities. That's why when we are co-hosting our healthy meeting, 8 o'clock Eastern
Monday
Standard
night.
Time, PM, Monday
Yeah,
night.
PM.
We have our members set goals, and I know that okay, I'm setting a goal. No, you know what? I love when people set a goal. Number one, it's a small, measurable, obtainable goal. It doesn't have to be food related. A few weeks ago, I asked the members, okay, I'm switching it up. How are you going to respect yourself this week? How are you going to respect your journey? What are you going to do to make sure your dream for yourself doesn't die? It's so much more than just setting a goal. It's really digging deeper and saying, how are you going to make yourself a priority? How are you going to make your life a priority? How are you going to put that oxygen mask on yourself in order to give yourself what you need? It's setting those priorities, making yourself a priority, especially when you're getting too thin, you're spreading yourself too thin, you're juggling too many things. You have to make sure that you can make yourself a priority. And it could be something small, like, Mary, you are not going to eat a can of beans this week. You're going to plan your dinner along with your family's dinner, because it's also important for me to have my nutrition and not think of myself like as a second citizen. No, it's setting a priority with yourself, with your weight loss, with your wellness. I do want to shift it back a little bit to maintenance when it comes to the scale and weight loss. There are plenty of members who hit that magic number, but they are not yet in maintenance because their mindset and their mental health has not yet hit that magic sweet spot, because they focused so hard on their weight that their mental health and their mindset has not, it didn't kind of catch up along in the process. So even though they're at the weight that they want, they're still not okay with themselves. They still haven't yet accepted themselves. Again, when you hit that number on the scale, if you can imagine that, all of a sudden, like I said, things don't just poof, everything's better. Your negative self-talk is not automatically better. You don't automatically step on that scale. Let's say I step on, my magic number was always 185. I'll just throw that out there. It was always 185. I actually lowered it because Healthi helped me beat that number that I thought was good for myself, but now I'm listening to my body. But with the other company that I was with, I just didn't want to keep on paying $45 a month. So I was just like, I just better pick 185 so I'm not getting.
I remember we're
more.
$24.95 a year.
Oh, Healthy's $24.99 a year, and we don't upsell you. This is it. You get everything. You get us. I mean, what's better than that? But so my magic number was 185. When I hit 185, guess what? Everything was still the same. I didn't feel any better. I didn't feel any different. My mindset wasn't there. Don't wait until you get to that number to start loving yourself, to start accepting yourself. Working on being the best version of you, whether it be your weight loss or just your wellness as a whole, should come from love. It should not come from disgust of yourself or unacceptance of yourself. No, it should come of love for yourself. That's how you work on your mindset and make sure that it's moving along with you in your weight loss. Because I'm telling you now, I'm 175 pounds from 333. There are still times that I can still feel like 333 pounds because I'm still working on my mindset. It took a little bit longer for me to, I'm playing catch up a little bit, but you still have that mentality. But you know what? I'm learning to accept myself no matter what the scale says, no matter what the tag on my clothes says, because I'm worth it.
You know, Mayor, you said about your husband and checking the car and doing the self-diagnostic and seeing what codes kick back and telling you what's wrong with the vehicle or car. We don't do that as humans a lot of times. We don't check our diagnostics. We just keep going and going and going until something breaks. Can't do that. You have to value yourself. You know, and when it comes to the weight, you say you hit that number. I remember that day when I hit that number and I got a round of applause and a charm and all that type of stuff. But then came the day after, the meal after. You know, now what am I going to do?
You're not going to go over 2 pounds, I'll tell you that.
Right. Well, I don't want to spend $40, but it's very hard to accept the weight loss when you lose, I would say, over 100 pounds.
Right.
You know, it's very hard. You have to do a self-diagnostic on your mind and your body because it's more than just the weight, because you still see yourself as, I'll never use the word fat, but I say fluffy. You still see the fluffy ghost when you look in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And you are the only one that's going to be able to get rid of that fluffy ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the whole maintenance procedure, is to get rid of that fluffy ghost. And when you look in that mirror and say, you know what? Wow, I look good. This looks good on me. And the only thing that's going to get you there is practice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Practice, especially if you've had a high weight for a long time, because that's where the wellness piece comes in. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the word wellness gets thrown around a lot. It's a fancy word, but wellness is actually just as important as the weight loss. Because
Yeah.
if we don't feel well, or we don't feel good about ourselves, even though we're at the correct weight, or we're getting to the correct weight that we want to be, that happy weight, not that goal weight. I hate that word, goal weight.
No,
But
but I was just gonna say, but are you at goal? So if you're at
yeah,
that goal weight, but mentality, you're not there, you're not, yes, yeah, you have that ghost standing behind you. Are you really at goal?
no, you got to get rid of the
No,
ghost. You got to go call
because
Ghostbusters.
wellness, woo, no, that's DuckTales. Oh my gosh. Yes, listen, it's about that mental aspect. And that's why I actually brought up the mental health professionals, because I am a mental health advocate through and through. Like if you need a little bit of therapy or something to help, I went to therapy. I absolutely did. Learning to deal with myself, learning to deal with my emotions, learning to have positive coping mechanisms that did not relate to food, because I turned to food my entire life since I was 8 years old. That's what I did, is I ate. So it took me time and a professional to help me make new positive coping mechanisms, because life happens. And this we absolutely know. But you're so right that that mental and whole wellness part, because you can be any size, whatever, but if mentally you're not there, if you're not feeling good and feeling good about yourself, then you're not well. I mean, you're struggling, and that's okay, because we're here to help you. You know, Healthy. If you have not got to one of our Zoom meetings yet with Healthy, or one of the other amazing coaches, there's two other amazing coaches. I mean, and we have some really good topics. And right now, all the meetings are free. So you get us for free. You can go to 4 meetings a week. They're all free. But we have really great topics. And one of the topics that we just had very recently was, how can you measure your success without the scale? And I really love that. Um, and the members are fantastic, but it was like, my clothes are looser, my joints feel better. Those are great, absolutely. But I reminded them, what about, I didn't have to feel uncomfortable at that party. I was just me. I felt okay. I didn't have to cover behind, like hide behind big baggy clothes, or I didn't have to not speak up for myself because I wasn't secure in who I was, or I wasn't sharing negative body image talk about myself, saying, that I'm fat, or look at this roll, or whatever. Those are ways that you can really gauge your success in this all-inclusive wellness journey. Those are what truly matter. Yes, guys, weight loss matters. It matters to us all. That's why a lot of us are here. Let's put it out there. But Ben and I know that it's not all about weight loss. Honestly, weight loss is part of the journey. It's part of the commitment that you have to yourself, but there's so much more. And that's why we do the healthy life. It's about having a healthy life.
did you know, Mary, that only 30% of people who get to their maintenance or goal weight actually maintain it? Most of them gain it back. Why do you
Mhm.
think they gain it back? We've already answered it 25 times, but why do you think they've gained it back?
because they have not truly identified and took care of the original problem that caused them to put the weight on.
Right. And they
Whether it
haven't
be
accepted it. They haven't accepted the weight loss. That's where the wellness comes in.
right,
That's where the
right.
wellness, that's where I really appreciate, actually, I'm using the word appreciate, people who lose weight that journal, because they have that journal to reflect on their journey from day one to day whenever they do hit that goal, or they may never hit that goal. And that's okay too, because if you keep working at it and doing the right thing, your body will give you the messages that you're doing well. You go to the doctor, you get your blood work. People are scared. People don't
Yes.
invest in the maintenance of their own body. They don't want to get that diagnostic report. A lot of people, they're afraid. You say physical to people, they're like this. I gotta get my annual physical, getting blood work.
Right.
But that is so important to know where you're at and where you're gonna go and what you gotta do, as opposed to waiting for something to happen.
Yes. Yes. Listen,
Yeah.
of course, always check with your doctor first, but by trade, I'm a nurse, right? So it is a lot easier medically to take care of pre-diabetes than to take care of full-fledged diabetes where you've already gotten into some nerve damage. Nerve damage is not reversible. Like, that's way harder to take care of. So go and get your checkup, go and get your yearly checkup, see a specialist if you need to. Don't wait until your body light is saying check engine now.
Now, yeah, the red
it's,
light.
it's so much harder to take care of. It's so much harder to pick yourself up off the ground once you've already smashed your face so hard in the dirt. Like if you're just stumbling, like, okay, see what you need to do to keep on, not giving up, to keep on along in your track. But don't wait until that check engine light is check engine now before you're ready, your body's ready to blow up, before you're getting some help. Go for your yearly checkup. Talk to somebody if you need to have somebody to talk to, a mental health professional. Get the care that you need so you can have a healthy life. And here it goes right back to putting your own oxygen mask on first. If you have a healthy life and if you are mentally well and you are well overall, you have that all-inclusive wellness, the people who you love and who you take care of, that will spill over onto them also.
Yeah, it becomes routine. Just like you change your oil on your car, do a wellness check-in.
Mm-hmm.
Invest in yourself.
And
You
your
know,
your wellness, I mean, I don't know why this keeps on coming up. Maybe our meetings are great. But your wellness check-in can also be a meeting, can be one of our healthy meetings through Zoom. The tickets open Friday afternoon on healthy.eventbrite.com. You can go ahead and just register for a ticket. That can be your diagnostic test, just to kind of do a wellness check-in with yourself, or checking in and watching our new episodes every Thursday at 8 a.m. They come out on the YouTube channel, but that can be part of your wellness checkup to kind of listen and kind of like, hey, how am I doing? That can be part of your diagnostic check. It doesn't have to be something, so over the top. Do what is good for you. This is an individual process, but we're here to help you along the way.
you can plug the Facebook page while you're at
Oh,
it.
it's Coach Ben and Mary's Weight Loss, Wellness, and Fun on Facebook. We have over 2,000 members now. We're full of support, but that's also a way to kind of do a check-in. But what I really love about our Facebook group is there's always somebody who can relate to you. And people are posting if they're struggling. So it is so helpful when you realize you're not struggling alone. You're not in this alone. There's so many people who are struggling. We have members who might have hit that magic number who put some weight back on and they're ready to take it back off. Or a lot of people put on weight during the pandemic, which we still hear a lot of because it's things aren't better 100% yet, right? So it's still hard to take it off, or you get out of those habits of what put the weight on in the first place. But we're full of support, and you're not alone in this. So come join with us, connect with us in different ways on one of our meetings. Or in our Facebook group. You know, we would just love to connect with you. And we're so grateful that you guys are checking in on here every single week. Please like, please subscribe. Again, we cannot do it without all your support. And
And remember, never be ashamed if it's day 1 or day 601. Never
yes,
be ashamed, because the day you start investing in yourself is the day that you're going to feel better about yourself.
yeah, absolutely. Take that first step. And if you're struggling, I know I definitely say this too much. If you're struggling, hold on to that small victory that you have today, whether it's deciding to eat that apple instead of that candy bar. Hold on to that small victory today and give yourself enough grace until you get to that next small victory. It's just propelling yourself forward in small little increments. Like, you can do this. Do not give up. Never give up on yourself.
Guys, on that note, on behalf of Mary and myself and the whole Healthy team, we want to support you. We love you. Keep up the good work. Keep watching our episodes. Be proud. We hope that we connect with you with the Healthy Life, because we want you to be the best version of you. See you next Thursday.
Bye. Have a healthy
Bye.
life. Bye-bye.